Welcome everyone to the north shore of Lake Erie, and we're looking out over the lake here at the water. It's come up a bit, but we're still able to come here and find a material that's been in use now for 10,000 years. People were here, living here 10,000 years ago, and they would come down to this beach. And this beach was formed by the weight of the glaciers that broke the back of the rock that was underneath this area here and made it rise up. And that exposed this rock that we're talking about today. We know it now as Onondaga Chert. It is a flint, and it has been living over top of forestation that turned into natural gas and oil. So when you find a piece of this rock, just for curiosity, just give it a little break, a little chip, and sniff it. If it smells like diesel, you've got a very rich piece of stone. It can be used for making fires. It can be used for making tools. We just broke a piece off here that's as sharp as a scalpel. Very easy, just with one whack of the stone. It's an art. It's not something that everybody can do to make a tool. But like I said, we made flint stones into arrowheads, small arrowheads, and into spearheads. We made knives with them. And like I said, we used to use them for starting fires. We had another piece of flint that we could hit with it, and we'd get a big blob of spark go onto the kindling and make a fire. So people have been using this now for 10,000 years. Think about that. Think about what you do in the morning when you get up. You shave with a razor that is nowhere near as sharp as this. But you can make a razor just by hitting a piece of stone. The scalpels that are used by some surgeons who need quick healing are flint or obsidian, the volcanic glass. Those two are the sharpest edges in the world. They cut so fine, they cut intramolecular. You just do a pinch, in about 30 seconds, you've got a healing already starting. And our people knew this, so we were very well taken care of by what we had. But it was trial and error initially, and as things went by, we decided to experiment with other materials, but we always kept coming back, especially for spear points and arrow points, because we could make them so small that they would still penetrate very deeply and the animal would not suffer as much. And that was one of the things we cared about, was how we treated what we did. All along this lake, Lake Erie, you can find this here Onondaga Chert, but it isn't restricted to this area. This ridge the Onondaga Ridge, I live on it about a mile and a half from here. And I have chert on my property as well. So it's pretty wide. The band is pretty wide. And what happened was when the weight of the ice broke that rock, it tipped it up. So it exposed that there area to a wide variety of different weathering. And at my place, it also broke a little more. And then it created a bog. So we've got everything we need. We've got the tools, the forestry here. We got walnut trees and other trees growing here. It carries right over to the bog. That's where we got our food from. So we had like this was our big box store from the lake shore to the other side of the ridge. And the people living on this ridge went all the way to Albany, New York. This ridge continues all the way to Albany, cuts around to the tip of the lake, and then goes over on an angle all the way to Lake Huron. And as it goes, it gets wider and wider and wider. And the flint that was found here wasn't all that stationary either. It moved around. We have a project that went on over at the Niagara Falls Museum, and points were found down below the Niagara escarpment 29 to 30 miles away from Fort Erie, made from Onondaga Chert.